Okay, so this is Wingspan 15, who we've seen plenty of times before doing destroyer things. Alzu, yes I do. You're just gonna have to wait until the beginning of August to get to your containers. So let me get you one of those container codes, and then we'll get started. I have updated the giveaway, so if you are interested in putting in for that, remember you type in ! and raffle. Khabarovsk, the old fun destroyer that she is. Love this ship so much. Now, what do we have on this guy here? This is, I believe, the permanent camouflage credit, and that's it. Interesting. Interesting. And I say interesting because Khabarovsk has repair party, and that repair party booster is, I mean, really good to have on it. Speed boost is good. I mean, premium consumables, as we see. Other flags that are useful, any of the flags that add the fire chance are good. Speed flag is really good on this ship, especially with the speed boost, engine boost. Consumable reload is really good, and like I said before, the repair party booster is good too. Yes, sir, Alzu. That is a community contributor container code. You just have to wait till August 1st to be able to redeem it. I got the codes a little early today, or this week, so. Looking at the team lineups, we have two carriers, a Graf Zeppelin against a Shokaku. So it'll be interesting if the Zeppelin is running the AP bombs. You're probably going to be safe. Oh, yep. So as a destroyer, you don't have to worry too much about him, which is kind of nice. Unfortunately, your battleships and cruisers will have to worry about him. So Khabarovsk is, you know, I always say it's a light cruiser, you know, charading as a destroyer, masquerading as a destroyer, because it's got pretty short range. Unfortunately, it's been nerfed quite a bit. But it's got really good rate of fire. These are 130mm guns that do pretty decent damage, have a pretty good fire chance and stuff like that. If you can get on the flanks, if you can get behind the enemy, and you can just burn down battleships and laugh while you're doing it. So that's correct, Alzu. Starting, I believe, August 1st, you should be able to redeem it. If anybody that's gotten one of those codes from me today is unable to do so, just let me know and we'll try to figure it out. I'm relatively new to all these container codes, so. Notice how Wingspan did not jump into the ACAP, especially seeing all these ships over here. He could have continued on. A lot of destroyer players keep sailing straight in, right? But if you get over here, you're going to get detected. So what he's done is he stayed over here, closer to his teammates, so that if he does get detected and he has to exchange, he's got teammates that are a lot closer. If he's over here and he has to exchange, that's a much larger range that those teammates are going to come into. So sitting back here is a smart choice, and we're going to see whatever it is that's spotting him, hopefully soon. It's going to probably be, well, it's probably going to be the Z52, just because we've got Hindenburg and Zhao divisioned up over here, and Shima's been spotted already. Speed boost activated. Notice his spotting range goes out to 10. There it is. Torpedoes fired just because it is Z52, and he is just within torpedo range, so he's trying to bait the Z into coming after him. You're welcome, man. Thanks for sending in the replay, hanging out, and all that good stuff. And here we see Wingspan using that circle mod to try to figure out where that Z52 is. Most players, when they smoke up, they move back a little bit, so he's probably trying to aim a little bit to the rear. But he doesn't want to lose this cap, so he's getting ready to jump back in again. That's my guess. Yamato is Jesus, yeah. Okay, he's turning away from it. There simply is too much here. So I can't fault him for that. Meanwhile, your carrier, look at what your carrier's doing. It's hard to tell if he dropped. And your AA gunners even shot down somebody. You notice there that pause, that was probably because he was clicking on the fighter squadron. You always want to control click on a fighter squadron. It adds 1.2 times to your DPS. Even though it's not the greatest anti-air, that 1.2 times might be enough to get rid of a plane or two. Oh, type 2 camo on it. Okay, thank you very much for double checking that for me, Edge. So that's the dispersion only camo, which, you know, as a Kaba, you could care less about concealment, I suppose, so that makes sense. And yes, he's running full rudder, which means that we're seeing the rudder shift being made back in line with what it used to be, I guess. It's been nerfed quite a bit. If you don't run with that rudder shift mod, your rudder shift is atrocious. So most people that play Kaba, they play with double rudder. Steering gears mod 2, steering gears mod 3. So they don't play with concealment module. And believe it or not, the concealment for Khabarovsk works differently. For gunboat destroyers, you actually want to have a higher concealment, and because the higher concealment versus the lower concealment means that you get spotted sooner. And why is that important? Because it doesn't get you stuck. If you ever played a destroyer and you get spotted in the most unopportune spot, and all of a sudden you're surrounded by enemies, well, that's because your concealment lulled you into this false sense of security, and you got in too deep. Khabarovsk doesn't let you do that because its concealment is so large. You get spotted far enough away, you can react to it before you're close enough for them to hit you and do a lot of damage. And yeah, Tashkent is probably going to be the better destroyer now that it's recently been buffed. I don't know. It's got longer torpedo range, it's got the heal, it's got one less turret if I recall correctly, but aside from that... Immediate DCP. A lot of ships that's not a good idea, but in this ship you can probably get away with it. Now there's a Z-52 right in front, there we go. Notice how he didn't turn because that's AP that the Z-52 is firing at him. And if he turns, he's going to show a lot of broadside. Right now, he's basically, you know, he's managing to negate a lot of the shots. Look at his hit points now. But he got close enough to force the Z to show itself as it fired. Now, he could have gotten closer if he wanted to. Here's damage control. Here come torps. Nothing. That Z-52 guy did a really nice job there. He saw the threat coming and he adjusted accordingly. Now, it's unfortunate. I think had you gone maybe a little bit more aggressive into him, you could have torped him when he couldn't have dodged you, but that's alright. You still managed to get in there.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Unfortunately, your team is just falling apart. At Yamato, I don't know if it's AFK. No, it's moving. It's about to get bombed. Watch this, guys. There's the Citadel hit. But this is what you're meant to do in the Khab. You're not necessarily meant to knife fight destroyers. You're meant to long range spam battleships.
Enemy battleship sunk.
Yeah, we've seen Khabarovsk in clan battles a few times. Oh, somebody detonated. Oh, the Z-52 detonated, rip. That's huge, because that is basically the only ship preventing your team from moving up. Just a reminder to get yourself into the raffle if you haven't already done so. Exclamation point raffle. This will be the last raffle for the day.
The enemy is about to win. Engine boost activated.
Zath took out the Z. That's unfortunate. So now in this position here, you've got two choices. One is to go for A cap. That's the safe, easy cap. Two is to go for B cap, which you have to go through a bunch of ships to do. But at this point, it's going to take you so long to get to A cap that by the time you cap A, there's really nothing else you can do. You can't afford to take yourself out of the game with this little time left and this little ships left, so I would probably stick on to B cap right now and keep that as my main area of focus. And I'd probably focus down that Izumo just to get him out of here. Yeah, there you go. Eight minutes left. Down quite a bit. Okay, so this Zhao here has to get killed by the Republic. If he doesn't, then that Chogoku's dead too, and that's basically game over. Here comes the next wave of AP dive bombers for that Yamato. And you can see the Shokaku is trying to stop him, but he's just too slow. He's a little bit too late on these intercepts. Oh, ouch. There's at least two Citadels. Now here's where Speed Flag might have come in handy. Oh good. With Speed Flag, I mean, well, Wingspan would have already been in the cap. And he might have taken less damage from invasion tanking anyway. Now we don't know where the Richelieu is. That Richelieu hasn't been spotted in a long time. You gotta be thinking about that too. Now the Yamato's on B cap, that's gonna stop their point gain. As soon as he steps on it, there it is. And you're on this cap, so you're stopping point gain from there, which is good. Ooh, Richelieu is still sitting there. That's interesting. And it's time for that Zeppelin to feel some heat. I agree. Last heel coming up. Here come the AP dive bombers. Pause. Did you guys see that? So what Wingspan did was he just turned around and he's keeping the Richelieu between him and the island between him and the Richelieu, I should say. So the Richelieu is not able to get his guns on target. That's huge because it's going to allow him, hopefully, to cap. He's got AP dive bombers coming in, though. That carrier player is smart. He's not using his DCP just yet because he wants to only use his DCP when those bombers need to return, so then he can get them back up again. AP might have worked well here because he's broadside to you. And that's the thing about AP bombers. Oh, the Yamato died. That's unfortunate. Good, the rune just got nailed. This is still a winnable game. Those of you in chat, what do you guys think? How are things going so far for you, from your end, what you're seeing? Bismarck is very low, he's being way too aggressive. Oh my goodness, Yamato at 4,000 health. And there's Jesus. Open up on Jesus. Bismarck just got himself whacked. Alright, so you have to kill this Yamato now. Good job by the Republic. Now, this turn here, very risky, very risky. By showing your butt like that, you can get penetrated all the way through and take a lot of damage. You're almost better off staying kind of broadside, and if you're going to have to do something, change, vary up your speed and stuff like that. That Republic is doing a great job of coming in at the last moment. I think the first shell did bounce, yeah. Here it comes. See, now again, you're showing a lot of your butt there, but that's okay because he's way off. And the Yamato is charging and pushing you, which means that he's keeping you in range. That's nice. That's very nice of him. Oh boy, Republic is taking AP bombs. Shokaku's coming in. Now that Shokaku should be going for the Izumo. He's angled towards the Yamato, and he should really be focusing that Izumo. Good, so the carrier's forcing the Izumo to react. Looked like he's holding his second set of torp bombers. Nope, now he's dropping them. A little bit too soon, but there's a fighter there, so that makes sense, I suppose. Oh, he already DCP'd, okay. Get some salt in the chat, looks like. The Republic does have the Izumo's broadside, and we just saw what that did. Wow.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
The Richelieu didn't cap A because the Richelieu thought that the whole enemy team is coming through B cap, and so he wanted to defend there. That's his thinking. It's bad thinking. He probably should have gone and capped A. You're absolutely right. He didn't. And that might very well be what cost him the game, although the Republic is really low. And also broadside to the Richelieu. Okay, good teammates, good coordination there. Republic is saying, I'm dead next time I get bombed. And then Wings is saying, CV, you have to protect. Yeah, it's very possible that he was AFK, and that's why. Here comes the bombers. Okay, you have to take out these bombers. You have to strafe through the approach for one of them. He's keeping his fighters too clumped up. That's not going to work. He's gone. Okay, switch to the next one then. See, this carrier guy is putting both of his fighters on one squadron. And he should have split them up at the very least. Oh my goodness. Wow. This guy has to be AFK then. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, you can get away with clicking in a carrier. Just don't put both of your fighters on the same damn bomber squadron. But that's okay. The important thing is, oh my god, he won. What the heck? That was looking bad for a long time. But he pulled it off. Good job, Wingspan. Thanks for showing some of the strengths and maybe a couple weaknesses of the Khabarovsk. Alright, and with that, guys, we're gonna close off the replays for the day. I appreciate everybody hanging around. Let's do our last drawing, last chance, exclamation point raffle. And then we're gonna stop. We got through, what was this, like 5 or 6 replays? So that's pretty good. I'm gonna be spreading out the releases of these videos a little bit more, partially because I like having the ability, if something comes up and I need to go away on next weekend, I can do so. More importantly, though, I've got a lot on my plate right now, and I need to make sure that I'm able to, focus on that kind of stuff first. So, all right, let's close this up here. Close and draw. And we are going to have Mr. H308. Congratulations, sir. You have won. It's up to you if you would like a community contributor container or if you would like a camouflage container. Community contributor, you're going to have to wait until August 1st or so. And camouflage you can use right now. Camo gives you, I don't know if it's 3 or if it's 5 Sharks and Eagles containers that are available in the current premium shop. Pretty decent value. So anyway, which would you like? Oh, 3OH is a subscriber too. Cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. The rest of you guys, as always, send in replays. I'm happy to the Camel one. You mean the Sharks Eagles one, or do you want the community contributor container? You could get camo in the container, but you could get other things in the container too. So not sure what you mean for that one. CCT or Sharks vs Eagles. Anyway, like I was saying, thank Amazon. Well, thank you, Amazon. But anyway, so send me replays. I'm happy to comment on whatever works for you guys, and we'll go from there. But everybody have a great rest of your weekend. Good luck in clan battles tonight for those of you guys who are playing clan battles, and well, hopefully I'll see you in a week. And Mr. 3OH, there goes your code, sir. And make sure you post in the thread what you got, because it's kind of fun to see what people was able to come away with. So I'm in here, no problem, man. Thank Wargaming for the raffles. They're the ones giving me all these fun codes. And well, we had that I Am Commander video thing contest, and I put in for it, got knocked out in the first round, but we were able to finagle some codes out of Wargaming for at least trying. So I do appreciate that they were able to get me some more codes. That means that I can spread the love and pass it on to you guys. It's good stuff. You're welcome, Caligula. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, everybody. Gonna cut this now. Take care, everybody.